Yeah, it's been interesting seeing how players have trained. We always had a squad in mind for this game, given some players finished the season earlier, the Edinburgh players and some of our players playing in England, so we were keen to involve them in the first game. Then it was looking at combinations of what would suit a winning performance and seeing where we were with injury and form during training. So we feel it's a strong team, a team with players that have played for Scotland, played really well in the past, and a couple of guys coming off the bench, hopefully to win their first caps.
You've got Duncan Taylor and Hugh Jones in the centre partnership, the first time that they'll play together. Duncan's obviously been out of the Scotland duty for a while now, but that partnership and that combination, what can we expect from those two together?
Well, it's just first of all great to see Duncan back in a navy blue jersey. He's played really well for Scotland when he's had the opportunity. My first couple of games as coach with Scotland, Duncan was a great player. First of all, fullback in our game against Italy and Singapore, and then the following week he had to play centre and wing in our win over in Sydney. He bravely played the third game in Fiji as a centre before he broke a bone in his hand. So he's a tough competitor, a very, very good communicator in defence, and an excellent attacker, someone who can carry the ball and give us gain line, but also can offload and be a good link player and a very good support player. It'll be interesting to see how he works with Hugh. Hugh is back to full fitness. He missed the last few games of the Six Nations. He's in really good condition. He's played very well for Scotland in the past, especially from an attacking point of view with his try-scoring rate. And him and Duncan together in defence, I think that can be a really strong unit. So it's exciting. It's exciting. Any player that we've chosen this week to get the opportunity to see them play in a test match, an away test match against a very good side.
And another centre who may get an opportunity off the bench will be Rory Hutchison. How has he transitioned into Scotland camp back in June, and what have you made of him so far?
Well, he was in great form for his club in the second half of the season, mainly playing at 13, but we've seen him play at times at 12, and even with 13 on his back, he steps up at first receiver a fair bit and uses a handling ability to kickstart moves for the Northampton back line. He's done that with us. We've also given him opportunities to run at 10. This was a position that he played a couple of seasons for Scotland under-20s. So he's covering all three midfield places. He could come on at 10, 12 or 13. He's an excellent ball player, sees space, got real acceleration, both in attack and defence. And really for him, it's about getting to speed with the rugby we aspire to play, and more importantly, our systems in attack and defence. And obviously the thrill of winning your first cap for your country.
Another debutant that potentially could get a call could be Scott Cummings, Glasgow Warriors. What's impressed you of him of late?
Well, I think he's much more comfortable in our environment now than when he came in last season. I think he came in for a couple of days training, and that's because he's gained confidence of playing well at club level. He's another year older. He has trained really well with us. Second row is a very competitive area, and some experienced players he's going up against. But he brings a set piece ability with a turn of pace, which is very rare in second rows throughout the world. And he's added the physical parts to his game, clearing contact and defence. We've seen that throughout the season, especially in the big games at the end of the season with Glasgow. He really stepped up well. And when you look to the bench, it's the majority of those guys are young, bring pace, will take the game to the opposition. So we really see not only the starting team having the fitness to go into the last 20 minutes against France and up the game, but those coming off the bench really stepping up and taking the game to the opposition.
When we look at the game itself on Saturday, it's going to take place in the south of France in Nice. Now, you have experience of playing for Brive and Cast, and you've played in the south of France. Is there a different feeling to this game because of the location and because it's a test match? What will the players expect from this game in the south of France?
I believe so. It's different for a couple of reasons. It's not in the Six Nations. We tend just to play France in the Six Nations, and those are in BT Murrayfield or Stade de France in this isn't a great stadium, but it is a different venue for France too. I'm not sure if they've played many games or any games in this stadium before. It's in the summer, even though it's a 9 o'clock kickoff, it's going to be warm. It's the first game of the season for both sets of players, so it will be different. There'll be mistakes like there are in any rugby games, and it's an opportunity for both teams to play well, but a massive opportunity for us to go out and put in a performance away from the confines of our home, where we'll be playing most of our games over the next few months, and play well and stick to our systems and show what we can do away from Scotland.